the book of Isaiah, chapter 28 and verse 15, and it reads, because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death, and with hell are we at agreement. When the overflowing scourges shall pass through, it shall not come unto us, for we have made lies our refuge, and under falsehood have we hid ourselves. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, all glory, all praise to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekah, Kodash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone, and to the Akim and the Aquaf that are listening and learning. To you, I say Shalom. This brother Bomb a lot coming at you with a quick lesson. And just meditating on this precept, man, and led me to a few more other precepts, to another couple of more precepts. And it's talking about 2/3 of the Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. And I'm going to read it again, but I'm going to just, throw in, my words in it. Isaiah 28 and 15, because ye, 2/3 of the Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans have said, we have made a covenant with death, and with hell are we at an agreement, because they're in agreement with everything that goes on here in America, Babylon the Great. When the overflowing scourges shall pass through, they saying to themselves, hey, that all this hell that's coming out of Jeremiah 37, Jacob's trouble. What they saying is World War III. What they're saying is the charagma, when it's be implemented, that those things is not going to affect them. When overflowing scourges shall pass through, it shall not come unto us, for we have made lies our refuge. 2/3 of the Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, they have made lies their refuge, and under falsehood have we hid ourselves. And they loved it under falsehood. That's one thing about, Jake and Eve. They love to hide themselves under lies, man. Why? They go to these Christian churches, and these pastors are giving them smooth words, man. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 9. It said, this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord, Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, children that won't hear the law of the Lord, Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai. Verse 10, which say to the seer, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceit. Why? Because what? Because 2/3 of the Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, why? Prophesy not unto us right things, for we have made lies our refuge, and under falsehood have we hid ourselves. It said, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things. They want the smooth things. They want the falsehood. We have hid ourselves. Prophesy deceit. Because 2/3 of the Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, they don't want to hear the truth of the Holy Scriptures. They don't want to hear the truth of the Holy Scriptures that the Most High Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai doesn't love everybody. That he only chose the nation of Israel as his people. See, they don't want to hear that. They want to hear the lies. They want refuge. They want lies to be their refuge. They want to trust in JC. See, but when all hell break loose, see, JC ain't gonna have he's not gonna have anything for you. When all hell break loose on the earth, when Jeremiah 30, Jeremiah 37, when Jacob's trouble hit, when World War III hit, and again, I said this on the weekend, when your sons and your daughters, especially your sons, when they start putting your sons, in that mandatory draft, 2/3 of the Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, y'all gonna be essentially sending your sons off to fight against the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, as he returned. Understand, this war in heaven is not gonna be about, America fighting against Russia, America fighting against Iraq. This is all about America trying to preserve their way of life. The Edomites trying to preserve their way of life. And you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, y'all don't factor into their way of life. Let's go to the book of Proverbs, chapter 7. Let's read it. The book of Proverbs, chapter 7 and verse 1. It say, my son, keep my words and lay up my commandments with thee. Keep my commandments. Verse 2. Keep my commandments and live, and my law as the apple of thine eye. See, the Lord Yahweh Shem Shah is giving you words of wisdom. It say, bind them upon the fingers, write them upon the table of thine heart, upon your mind. Say unto wisdom, thou art my sister, and call understanding thy kinswoman. See, you want wisdom to be your sister, man, and understanding your kinswoman, that they may keep thee from the strange woman, from the stranger will flatter with her words, and America flatter with her words. And that's what they do. They take this Western philosophy all over, to the other nations, and what they do is they tell you like, hey man, y'all are treating y'all women wrong. Y'all got to allow y'all women to get these educations. Y'all got to allow y'all women to be thoughts. Y'all got to allow y'all women to be whores. You know, your woman shouldn't be underneath you. You got to give your women the freedom to go out there and just run astray and run amok. So now that all the other nations can look at the American woman as an example of how not to live. Because the American woman is the especially the Negro woman in America. She is the prime example of how not to live. The other nations, and they use the so-called Negro woman, and say, "Hey, we don't want our women like these women." See, even now, Esau women are starting to take on that same behavior and traits as the Negro woman. Why? Because the Lord Yahweh Basham Shah, Deuteronomy 30:2, he's putting those curses upon all the other nations. And if it ain't 30:2, it's 30:4. It's right now, Deuteronomy chapter 30, and verse 4 or 7. I pull it up. It say that they may keep thee from the strange woman, from the stranger with flatter with her words. Verse 6. For at the window of my house I looked through my casement. Verse 7. And beheld among simple ones I discerned among youths a young man void of understanding. And our men are so void of understanding. Why? Because they reject the Holy Scriptures. That's why they void of understanding. Why? Because they have taken those flattering words. Why? Because they keep, and that day, verse 5, it said that they may keep deep from the strange woman, from the stranger with the flattery of her words. And America is great at flattering with her words. Hey, you can be all you can be. Get your degree. You can be a doctor. You can be the president of the United States of America. You can be if you're a man, if you want to be a woman, you can be a woman. If you're a woman, you can be a man. That's flattering of her words, man. Verse 8, passing through the streets near a corner, and he went the way of her house. And that's what it's going. All these different philosophies going into your houses. Everything's a metaphor right now. It's going through the houses. You know why? Because your daughter go to school and she come home. Your sons and your daughters, they can go to school and come back. Well, mama, I didn't know I could be a boy if I wanted to be a little boy. And your son, he come home saying, hey, he want to wear dresses to school. And many of you Americans, y'all are down with it. Yeah, gonna put on a dress. He don't want to be a boy no more. That's the first thing the Negro woman gonna say. He don't want to be a boy. He want to be a girl now. I'm going to buy him some dresses. Meanwhile, the father, he's up in Ohio somewhere like, what the fuck you talking about? My son want to be a little girl, and you buying him dresses, putting mascara on him, putting fingernail polish on him. Cause what's the first thing gonna come out the Negro woman child? This my son. You ain't shit. Passing through the streets near a corner, verse 8, and he went the way into her house. Verse 9, in the twilight, in the evening, in the black and the dark night, and behold, there met him a woman with an attire of a harlot and subtle of heart. And America is the attire of a harlot. That's why they got that old Statue of Liberty up there. Says she is loud and stubborn. Her feet abideth not in her house. And America is loud and stubborn. Now is she without, now in the streets, and lieth in wait at every corner. This philosophy, this wickedness, man, death. wickedness and lieth at every corner. So she caught him and kissed him, and with an impudent face said unto him, I have peace offering with me. This day I have paid my vows. And that's what America do. They have a peace offering, man. You know, you can go into America, man, and you can get all this strange and all this weird philosophy, these different religions. You can do anything you want to do. That's a peace offering, man. You don't have to follow, what your father, what you was taught by your mother and your father growing up. They was wrong. We right. See, this is the land of the free, the home of the brave. You can do whatever you want to do. You don't have to hold on to the traditions of your mothers and your fathers. Come and get this education, and we're gonna reindoctrinate you by telling you you got a degree and you know more than what they know. Verse 15, Book of Psalm, chapter 7, and verse 15. Therefore came I forth to meet thee, diligently to seek thy face, and have found thee. Verse 16. I have decked my bed with the coverings of tapestry, with carved works, with fine linen of Egypt. And when you say Egypt, man, we're synonymous with bondage, man. Why? That's what they want your mind. You want to see all the decked out, the bed with covering of tapestry. Man, you want to look and say, hey, man, that's what America laid out for you. Just go and look at all the stores, man. You go look at the big buildings. You go look at everything that America do. They do it all big, man. So why? They want you to, my wife used the word big-eyed. They want you to be big-eyed, man. Like, oh, I want that. I need that. I got to have that. Verse 17, I have perfumed my bed with myrrh, aloes, and cinnamon. Come, let us take our fill of love into the morning. Let us solace ourselves with love. And that's one of the things that they push in America, love. We're going to love each other. We're going to come together and we're going to love one another. They say, for the good man is not at home. He is gone on a long journey. The Lord Yahweh Shem outshines the good man. He's going on a long journey. He taketh a bag of money with him and will come home at the day appointed. And we are praying that this year is the hopeful year that all the prophecies come to pass, right? That bag of money was this truth. Verse 21, with a much fair speech, she caused him to yield. With flattering of her lips, she forced him. And that's what 2/3 of you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. Y'all don't been forced, with the fair speech here in America, Babylon the Great. And this talking about Jacob, his metaphor right here. He goeth after her straight way, as an ox goeth to the slaughter, or as a fool to the correction of the stock. And, even Martin Luther King said after the Westcon, he said he feel like he don't led his people to as a flock to the slaughter, and trying to take on the ways of Esau Edom, and trying to say, hey, kumbaya, we shall overcome, that we all gonna come together and be as one. Shit, that ain't gonna never happen. Verse 23, Psalm 7 and 23, till a dart strike through his liver, as a bird hastens to the snare, and knoweth not that is for his life. And that's what they do, man. When Jake them they go after her, they go after that strange woman. They lead the wisdom, knowledge, understanding of the Holy Scriptures, man. Why? Because they've taken hold of the ways of the serpent. Verse 24, it say, hearken unto me now, therefore, O ye children, and attend unto the words of my mouth. Now it's trying to give y'all a little bit more wisdom. Hearken unto me now, therefore, O children, and attend to the words of my mouth. What? The Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua, the Holy Scriptures. Verse 25, let not thine heart decline to her ways. Don't let your mind go to America ways, Babylon the great ways. Go not astray in her path. Don't go in the path in which she go. Don't go in that path of that wicked woman, that harlot that can't abide at home, that's telling you that you can join the alphabet community and telling you that, hey, All we got to do is just love on each other and everything is going to be all right. Telling you that, hey, if you just go get this device, this charagma in your hand, that, hey, you're going to be able to live a simpler and a better life. Verse 26, for she have cast down many wounded. Yea, many strong men have been slain by her. Many of the strong men have been slain. Our ancestors were slain by her. Why? Because we always want to take on the ways of the heathen nations. That's how the strong men were slain, by that philosophy of the heathen. We looked at the other heathen nations and we thought that that was a better way to live. Her house is the way to hell, go down to the chambers of death. See, America is the house, is the way of hell. And we're in hell. Hell is a condition played out on earth. Go down to the chambers of death. A little truth in movies. A little truth in movies.
She wouldn't speak when we got back to camp. Wouldn't look at my father. Wouldn't look at me. I heard her crying by the fire before dawn. I sat beside her and asked her what was wrong. She said she killed a man over a horse, and now John was the only hope our family has to reach heaven. I didn't have the heart to tell her there is no heaven to go to, because we're in it already. We're in hell too. They coexist right beside each other, and God is the Lamb.
The little girl that was narrating that story went off at the end talking about, and God is the land. But like she said, no, she said hell and heaven and earth, heaven and hell coexist with each other. Because this is Esau's heaven. This is Esau's heaven, and this is our hell. So it coexists with one another. It's just a condition played out on earth, man. Because we said we look for a new heaven and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness, man. They coexist with one another. Because in our heaven, it's going to be Esau's hell. See, they'll put it in movies, man. You just have to listen. Esau know that they're going into hell. They know that they're going into slavery. And they know that right now that you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans are in hell. But they still got to sell y'all on the place where you can go burn, eternal damnation. They still got to sell that to you to keep 2/3 of you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, stupefied. And if you just listen to many of your shows, Esau put the truth in many of their shows. Because Esau, Edom, does not believe in the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. The book of Psalms, chapter 50, and verse 16. And the Lord said, because we said, but unto the wicked, and who is the wicked? Malachi 1, verses 1 through 4. But unto the wicked, the Most High said, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, that thou shouldest take of my covenant in thy mouth? Verse 7, seeing thou hatest instructions and cast my words behind thee. Esau, they cast the words of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua behind him, because the Lord said, there shall be no sodomite. Man should not lie with mankind as he lie with womankind. Esau Edom tell you that you can do that. The Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua gave us a dietary law. Esau Edom, he tell you, don't worry about that. He gonna put pork on everything. He gonna tell you eat the shrimp out the shrimp out the ocean. See, it's one thing about it, if you go back and look at all them old westerns, and what you'll see is that they used to always just go in, when they come to a little lake or a little river or whatever, they just stuck their hand down there and started drinking the water. See, because they wasn't taking all the shrimp and the lobster and the crabs out of the earth because those they clean the water. But you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans still think that y'all are eating delicatessen when y'all are eating the roaches of the sea. Why? Because y'all reject the Lord Yahweh Bashem Hawashai. Why? Because y'all falling under that same thing. Seeing thou hatest instructions and cast the Lord Yahweh Bashem Hawashai's word behind thee. Y'all have taken on the ways of the wicked, man. 2/3 of you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, y'all need to repent and call on the name of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Hawashai. We're gonna close it at that, man. Don't be a Psalms 50 and 16 Negro in 2023, especially when the truth is spread through the four corners of the earth. Don't be an Isaiah 30 and 10 Negro in 2023, especially when the Lord Yahweh Bashem Hawashai gave us wisdom to live by. Proverbs 7 and 1 again, my son, keep my commandments and lay up my commandments with thee. Keep my commandments and live, and my law as the apple of thine eye. Keep the law as the Lord Yahweh Bashem Hawashai, apple of thine eye. The Lord Yahweh Bashem Hawashai has given us wisdoms to live by. But we know 2/3 of the Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans going to reject it. But to the hopeful elect, the hopeful 1/3, to you is this word, and to you is the Lord Yahweh Bashem Hawashai called. So in closing, I want to give all honor, all glory, all praise to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakaha Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and to the Akim and the Akwaf that are listening and learning. To you I say Shalom.